Okay, everybody, this is the new Compu show software. This is what it looks like. This is the default show file that loads up when you first install the software and launch the program. This is the demo show file. You can see that you have master page tab, some LED fixtures, moving heads, another LED scanner, and you can see that you have your fixture pages as well as the master page. You have your fixture grouping window. It shows you every single fixture that you have in your show file. And over here is your fixture group. For example, the moving head has its own group. The panels have their own group. You guys can create your own fixture groups, and you can create a fixture group for any amount of fixtures. But we'll go over that in a later video. In this video, I'm just going to show you how to create a new show file and patch some fixtures. You can see that the main functions of the software have been split up into 3 different tabs. There's button, page, and controller. To open a new show file, click on Open/Save Show, and that brings up this window. You can see I have a few already loaded up in here. We are currently on the demo show. It tells you currently loaded show. It tells you the last time it was modified. And up here we have 6 buttons. And I'll go over what those buttons do. The first thing to do is to create a new show. Click on New, create a new show. We'll call it Demo Show. Click OK. It creates that for us. Now we can choose to either rename it, delete it, save it to our hard drive, or import another Compu show file, which is a .shw file. Or we can also import Compu live show files, which is our .ssh. Clicking on the Infos button tells you all the pages that are in each individual show file. So let's go ahead and load up our demo show, and we'll click OK. As you can see, we have a completely blank show. There's nothing in it, just a master page. So let's go ahead and patch in some fixtures. To do that, we have to go to the Page tab and select New Page. This opens up our Scan Library wizard that you should all be familiar with if you've used Compu Live. Let's go ahead and find some elation fixtures to insert. Let's do 4 Design Spot 1200Cs, 26 channel mode. You can see as soon as you select it, it displays the fixtures information over here. So for example, the Design Spot 1200C is 26 channels, has a pan angle of 540 degrees, tilt angle 265, maximum beam angle of 41 degrees. You can also view the channel layout by scrolling up and down in this window here. So we'll click Next. And now we can patch on our fixtures. We can do this 2 ways. The first way is simply clicking on the moving head icon, dragging it into the grid. Or you can select the DMX universe, the first DMX channel, and the number of fixtures. So for example, we'll patch in 3 more, and the first one's gonna start on 27 because that's where we left off. So hit patch. What then you can also do is you do not have to straight patch your fixtures. You can simply drag them to anywhere you want. So you could very well patch this page like that, and even patch other fixtures in these channel gaps here if you want to. So, but just for now, we will continue our straight patch, and we'll click next. In this window, we can modify the highest amplitude of pan and tilt channels. For example, if you had a bunch of movers on truss in front of a wall, but you didn't want them to hit the wall behind them, you would enable this and select your fixtures and modify the area that your fixtures can pan and tilt in. So, but we're just going to leave default settings for now. So click next. In this window, we can select which fixtures, which switches we want to generate for our fixture page. So if we didn't want any color switches, we can simply expand it and deselect the color that we didn't want. So that way your page isn't so cluttered with all the buttons. You know, if you don't want people to hit them, if the person that's setting up this file isn't going to be the person that's playing it back, and people that are maybe inexperienced that are going to use this, you can take off all the buttons. That way everything's completely blank, and just create scenes from the scene editor. So let's just leave this as default and hit next. In this window, we can see which preset movement switches we will have for our pan and tilt channels, and we can also edit them. So if we wanted to edit the circle, we can do so with this editor here, and we can adjust the size of the circle, adjust the phasing, adjust the total time. We can move it around the DMX grid. I'll go over this in a later video because it's part of scene creating, so we'll just cancel this for now and hit next. Here's where we can rename the page. We can even add a fixture icon. Spandulation folder, double click design spot 1200C. So you see that our icon now shows our fixture. We can also add this page straight to the master page when it's generating, or we can add it to the master page later if we need to. So let's click finish. And there we have our design spot 1200Z page. You can see that it's kind of split up into two sections here. We can also change the layer that we're viewing to default, which is the more basic layout that a lot of us that have used Compu Live are used to, which is all your switches, your button presets, your global icons, everything. Or you can even rearrange them by type. So all your scenes will appear here, your cycles will appear here, all your switches will appear in this section. Or we go back to layer. See you can simply click color mixing and just that window will appear. You click XY and that window will appear. But like I said, you can, if you do default, these windows will appear for you. You can make them bigger or smaller. Also lock them to where they are, as well as click this button here, and this button will simply minimize itself until you mouse over the area. So for example, I could put this over here. I could put the color mixing over here. I can pin it there. Click that also. And now, if I want quick and easy access to just those two, I can simply go over to them, then they appear like that. So we can. So a lot of really neat new functions and features in this program. So that is patching the fixtures, and the next video should be doing fixture groups.